Good afternoon, Pamela. I'm not even going to ask you what's poppin', what's shaking, how are you, or any of that, because I know how all of you are, because you're messaging me, telling me how you all are. I didn't know how I was going to do this vlog today, quite frankly. It's been such a difficult 5 days. I cannot even tell you. Between my shoulder, okay, I'll tell you about that. You want to see it? Okay, so you can see the bruising. Look at all that bruising. Look at the swelling. Bruised here, and look at the bone. Yeah, popped up a little. So, ow, that hurt. But I must tell you, I am just a little bit too competitive, okay? Maybe that's where Jake and Logan get it from. I'll get back to that, but I want to tell you, if I had footage of that, I would have put it on here, but I couldn't vlog, right, and run and stuff like that. So I was hoping that maybe somebody else standing on the sidelines would have video footage of that. No, they didn't. But anyway, I'm running as fast as I can towards third base. I'm gonna score. No one's gonna catch me. And there's this plastic base that we actually literally just flung on the grass. It was dangerous as hell. I come round in third, my foot slips, I tumble, land my whole body weight on my shoulder, flip back up to a standing position, and run home and score. Okay, I'm very proud of that. But then I knew right away, like, uh-oh. And when I went like this, yeah, it was gross. Felt dislocated. So, yeah, so I spent Friday night in the ER in a lot of pain, you guys. That was the most pain I've ever been in. Wrist surgery and all that, no, not so much. Was it uncomfortable, long recovery? Yeah, but this is painful. Hopefully in 6 weeks, I'll be better than new. No surgery is needed, thankfully. My little 2 broken ribs, they're okay, I can handle that. So it was really traumatic, and I was really sort of ticked off. And yeah, so back to the competitiveness. I think that's where Logan and Jake get it. And I think they want to compete. No, I know they want to compete to be the absolute best YouTubers out there and to make you guys laugh and inspire you. And they try every which way, obviously. Just look at their content, okay? They try so hard. And I think sometimes it goes a little awry. It still makes you laugh. People are still like following them. Look at their numbers. But it can get a little ridiculous. Yeah, but that's what they're there for. They're supposed to be entertaining you. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing, we all evolve every day as a human. No one is perfect. No one does everything perfect. Zero. The difference is when Jake and Logan don't do something perfect, or they do something wrong or something that people don't like, it's all over social media. And I get it, that's the career they chose, and they're fine with it. They're good, they can handle it. Even when it is distressing at times, because I'm sure it is. But they just keep plugging away, finding new avenues, hopefully correcting their mistakes, which we all do. We all make those mistakes, the good, the bad, and as you're growing up and becoming an adult, that's when most of your mistakes occur. So if we can learn from those mistakes and grow from those, you know, they're growing where they're going. So what I mean by that is when they don't do something, or when they do something that doesn't work, they then learn from that and they move on. And that's going to happen over and over. And some of us make more mistakes than others. There's no doubt. And if anybody that's out there watching me rant, if you can look in the mirror and say you're perfect, I'd like to meet you, because that's pretty incredible. That's pretty cool. I know, I would be willing to bet that every single person out there has done stuff in their life that they don't like, but hopefully you learn from it. I don't know. That's the one thing I can say. And I will address some question and answers on my Instagram and all that in a little bit. I'm not going to be jumping around today. I have to lay low. I am also still in some pain. So I'm not going to be running from pillar and post. It's going to be more of a sit here and chat with you guys, even more than I normally do. But that's sort of what you guys have asked me for. That's what I see. And I love that you want to learn more about me and not just the boys. So I'll try to address some of that too without being too boring. And, you know, we'll sort of go from there. Okay, Clarissa Lewin is the first question that I'm going to respond to. And she says, hi, where do you get your energy to work out when you are sick or tired? You worked out with your injured hand, and I was impressed. Super. Clarissa, I hope I'm saying your name right. But I appreciate you being impressed by that. But it is so important for our mental health and our physical well-being to keep our bodies moving. So I feel fortunate that my mind just is motivated to do that. I was very active from a very, very young age, and I think that is ingrained in me. Probably a little bit too much, because I do things maybe like playing kickball and, you know, falling down and getting injured when I'm years old. Maybe I'll tell you guys how old I am, because guess what? It's my birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. But anyway, so Clarissa, like, I had one injured hand. I have one injured shoulder. My feet still work, so move them. That's all I can say on that one, I guess. And Samantha Paul asks, Samantha, are we related? Oh my gosh, maybe. Is it sometimes overwhelming being Logan and Jake's mother? Why or why not? By the way, I love you. Family for life. I love you too, Samantha. And don't laugh, but if Jake was a girl, guess what his name is going to be? Samantha. Then it would have been Pam and Sam. Isn't that cute? Anyway, I'm diverting. So, no, people, I'm vlogging. Anyway, no, it's not overwhelming at all. Oh my God, it's so overwhelming. I do my best. It's not easy. They have always been active and always been doing stuff that I'm scared to death they're gonna hurt themselves or whatever. But I have also been overwhelmed with pride. The amazing, amazing messages I get about the good and the inspiration and wonderful ways they've touched people's lives. It's constant, and that's just to me. I can't even imagine what kind of, you know, mail they get. It's crazy. So yeah, it's overwhelming, and sometimes in a really good way, and sometimes in a very difficult way when like people are like sort of dragging them through the mud. That's not fun either as a parent. You know, we all do the best we can, and believe it or not, you guys, Jake and Logan make their own decisions now that they're adults. They don't listen to me. Sometimes they do. But it is overwhelming, for sure. But I think there's way, way, way more good than bad. So I'll deal with it. And then Gianna asks, do you ever think that Logan and Jake's pranks get out of hand? What do you think, Gianna? Okay, so I'll just probably name a few of my least favorite. How's that? Yes, I think they sometimes get out of hand. It is funny, and I guess like you have to have a sense of humor. Yes, some of them get out of hand. No doubt about it. So I'm going to tell you my least favorite. Okay, my least favorite was the slime in the pool by Logan. I just thought, oh my gosh, that whole pool is going to be like dead. But guess what? I was wrong. It came back to life. So that was good. I didn't like when Jake duct taped Logan's entire room because of the destruction. I guess that's where I go. So do I like the holes in the wall? Nope. Can they be fixed? Yeah, and they will be. And then let's pick another one for each Logan and Jake. I didn't like when Logan wrote "Be a Maverick" on Jake's garage door. Again, because there's just so much heat going on with that whole situation. And that's not an easy thing to fix. So I honestly did not like that. I don't think two wrongs make a right. And I also didn't love the billboard. Okay, yeah, it was, you know, like I said in my last vlog, it was funny for maybe, you know, a day or a moment. I did not like the whole defacing of Logan. Wearing the merch and all that, okay, yeah. But I definitely did not think it needed to be up for a whole 30 days. So, yeah, we've all chatted about that as maybe wasn't the best idea. But, you know, again, they're competing and they are trying to entertain you guys. So, I wonder if it'll keep going on and on and on like this. Okay, here's a cute one from Katie. If you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you choose to eat? All right, I would choose nachos. I love chips and cheese and the meat and the sour cream and the guacamole and all that. I would eat nachos. And Kayla Suarez, I don't know if I said that right, asks, what do you think about the drama with Jake's neighbors? I addressed it a little bit in my last, you know, vlog, but then so much more has occurred since then. It's really gotten out of hand. It's really distressing, and I think the media, quite frankly, is making it so much worse than it had to be. Like, some of the headlines and stuff are just way sensationalized and way out there. And it was not quite that chaotic. Yeah, do they want him to settle down? And I think they're most upset, honestly, with all the fans in front of the house, constantly people around the house making noise, making commotion. That's what I think they're most upset about. Yeah, has it spilled into, oh, they put a fire in their pool and they've done this and they've done that? Well, that happened months ago. So if they were that, you know, angry about that then I think they would have addressed it right then and there, especially the fire, because, you know, it looked, and of course, looked worse than it was on camera, because that's what you do when you're making videos. You make things look maybe way worse than they are. And that's what the media is doing. So, you know, it's a touchy situation. But I think that the neighbors are getting way more than they bargained for now that this is all out. I mean, all this swatting going on and stuff at Jake's house. I mean, actually, whoever's doing that, and Kayla, I know I'm getting a little off subject, but maybe this is good. That's just bad. Who takes policemen, firemen, emergency personnel who could be really helping save a life? As a nurse, this really ticks me off. Like, you're calling them for fake stuff going over to the Team 10 house when that's diverting their attention from the real emergencies in the world. And I think that person should be caught and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. If your parent was having a heart attack, but the EMS people were over at Jake's house answering a false alarm situation, and that parent died, how would you feel? I mean, just ask yourself that. Think about that before you actually keep that stupid stunt going. And I'm sure the neighbors did not bargain for all that at all. And so I feel really bad for them. And, you know, when news comes to Jake's house to report on him and ask him questions and that, I don't think he did himself any favors by acting like that at all online. So no, I'm not in agreement with that, in case somebody's going to ask me. But I just think it needs to stop. So Ellen asks, did you ever think Jake and Logan would become famous on the internet? No. I thought Logan was going to be an engineer, and I thought Jake was going to be a Navy SEAL, or possibly open his own, like, we would talk about cars and trucks a lot, and maybe open his own, like, store where you sell car parts or like something like that. That's what I thought. Okay, and the next one is Jay. Hey, Mrs. Stepnick, my name is Jay Swider, and if there was one thing that you could do and you have unlimited money, oh, okay, what would it be? That's easy. I would fly around the United States and other countries with Logan and Jake, and I would visit children's hospitals, and we would go to sick children's bedsides and make them happy. as best as we could in as many situations, in as many places, hospitals that we could get to. And I would do that for as long as I could and as long as we had time to do it. And that's why I am so proud of those guys, because they do that, but I would like to do it in person with them. And May asks, how were you feeling when Jake and Logan told you that they were going to move to LA? By the way, love you so much. Love you too. So how I was feeling was ripped off. They left. They just left, and I knew they were never going to come back. I don't know, I just knew it. Their dad called me and said, you know, if we let Jake go, he's not coming back. And I was like, but we gotta let him go. We gotta let him succeed or fail or whatever. So we did, but I felt ripped off. I missed all of that senior year stuff and wrestling and with Jake and Logan, college. He had a full academic scholarship. So I felt ripped off. But would I do it again? Yeah. The next question is from Julia, and she said, my question is, when is the next time you're gonna go to LA to see Logan and Jake? Love you, Pam. I'm making those arrangements as we speak. Well, not as we speak, because I'm talking to you, but right after this, and it's gonna be very soon. I think I'm gonna go out like August 10th or so, and spend a week, because I wanna go to the Teen Choice Awards with my boys. And here is the question that you have all been waiting for, and I think it's really appropriate that it's from the Team 10 fan page. What are your thoughts on Jake leaving Disney? Brought the tissue for this one. It's a really, really hard situation, for sure, for sure. Maybe could see it coming a little bit in the last few months. Jake's brand in his vlogs and Disney's brand from their channel are just not as cohesive as they were. Jake's growing up and wants to be going towards the more adult end of things on all the things he does. Team 10, other businesses that you guys don't even know about yet, other ventures, his vlogs, and just kind of getting along with life. And he was like starting, I think, to get overwhelmed. And I think, you know, Disney recognized it too. And so they just mutually decided that they should part ways. And it's so sad. Disney was such a wonderful opportunity, and I thank you, Disney. We are gonna miss Ethan and Devore and Olivia and Madison and the directors and all the crew that Jake worked with. I loved seeing everybody on set. I'm gonna miss Crafty. They had really good food. And I love all of those characters. Those kids are amazing. They work so hard. And Jake they just molded together so well. I mean, I know some of you have seen Ethan's Instagram. It took me 4 Kleenexes to get through like that 16 seconds or whatever it was. I was crying so hard. So it's really sad. I think it was probably necessary. I'm sorry it was like so quick. But when one door closes, another one opens. And there are so many bright things in Jake's future, and we'll just have to wait and see what they are. And Anessa Hinojosa, I have no idea if I said that correct. Thoughts on people saying that Logan faked the $3,000 giveaway or scavenger hunt at VidCon? What? I have not seen that. And that's completely false. Logan did not fake the scavenger hunt. So many of you have asked me this question, but I'm going to use Eleanor's tweet. What do you think about Jerika? A lot of people want to know that. I think I said in my last vlog, but I'll repeat it, that I really, really, really like Erica. I think she is a really good person. I think she's intelligent. She has a good head on her shoulders. She's beautiful. I think she's good for Jake because she's mature and, like I said, has a really good head on her shoulders. I like her being on the talent side of Team 10 because I think she does have a major appeal, and that has shown with all her support that she gets from all of her followers, which hopefully a lot of you are her followers too. And I think while they started out being just making a funny vlog and sort of going along with the fake marriage and stuff like that, I'm kind of thinking that it's developing. You know, where it will go is anybody's guess. So I just hope that they're mature and sincere about wherever that is. And Judy asks another very frequently asked questions: what do I think of Logan? I got some heat for this in my last vlog. Everyone was saying that I don't support Chloe and Logan. Not true. And I shouldn't say everyone, but there were comments. And that is not true. I support Logan. I support whoever Logan cares for. Because if Logan cares for them, I know that they're a quality individual and really good. I think it was just so new and at the beginning of their relationship, and that was right after they got paparazzi'd, that I didn't really know where it was going. And even they said their, fan bases were sort of clashing. So it makes me a little nervous because that puts stress on a relationship. As far as them as a couple, I'm happy with that. She's a beautiful girl, a great actress, and I think she has a good head on her shoulders, which is really good for my boys. Good girls with good heads on their shoulders. And Brittany asked, do you like cats or dogs? Dogs. I like cats too, but dogs. Hands down. I would like a little calm, but I travel too much, and there are a lot to take care of, which Logan is finding out. Benia Gomes asks, what do you think of the hate? I like to not give too much attention to the hate because usually when people are hating on other people, it's because they're something that they don't feel good inside themselves. They don't like themselves, they're not happy, they're jealous of people who have what they don't have, and I just don't like that quality, and I actually feel really, I pity them. I pity those people that are hating. I once saw a comment on Zircon's vlog site. I came on here just to hate, and I thought, wow, you need a hug. So anyway, I try not to give it too much attention because it doesn't deserve it. And that brings me to the last thing I'm going to address, and it's not a question. It's from a fan, Jacqueline Zelda, who looks beautiful, and I love what she says. I'll put on my glasses to read. Put Jake's name in your title and get paid this month's rent. I know that was supposed to be funny, but it's turned out to be really true. All this shit talking about Jake, Team 10, and Logan, but the truth is they are successful AF. Views for days because it's really every day, bro. At least, this is my favorite part, at least they are creative and create their own content. They don't depend on others' lies and gossip for content. I've been thinking that myself for a long time, Jacqueline, and so when people ask me to comment on some of these other YouTubers, I'm just really not going to, because they're making money off making fun of my kids, and I'm not going to give them the time of day because it's not important. I am going to stick with what is real, and that is Jake and Logan's awesome content. And thank you, Jacqueline, for putting that out there. I appreciate it. And before I go, I want to give you guys one example of the positivity that Logan and Jake have spread in the world. And I'm going to read you and show you, I'll flash it, a letter that someone wrote me, a fan. And I'm going to tell you again, one more time, I can't stress it enough, that we get hundreds and hundreds of these kind of messages every single day. And my heart goes out to anyone who feels like they want to harm themselves. Please know that there's always, always hope and always something to live for. Just look for it. Just look. Open your eyes and look. Whether it's the flower outside, I mean, that's pretty simple. the trees, the birds, that one person who does love and support you. Live for that. So this is appropriate because it's Logang for life. Logang Paulers are the strongest family I've ever known, and Logan and Jake are inspirational. They are successful, they make me laugh, smile, and in seconds all I have to do is hear the name Jake or Logan Paul and I'll instantly light up. Because they are the place I go to when I'm down. They are my happy place. They are the only thing that makes me happy. They are the only people who mean the world to me, only people I'd literally die for. They are my world. They are my hero. I'm not going to read every single word. You guys can read it. I'll never be able to meet them and tell them because they have saved me so many times where I thought it wasn't worth living. They showed me my life had so much more meaning than I could ever imagine or believe. And if not, these two boys have saved me from not only myself, but suicide. There were so many times where I didn't want to live, but Jake and Logan gave me a reason to live. I literally don't kill, Crystal, to meet them. But Jake Paulers, Logan, gangsters, these fandoms are forever. P.S. I cried writing this, Crystal Watts. Well, Crystal, I'm glad you are so passionate. I really am. And I'm glad that Logan and Jake have really, really inspired and helped you. And you guys, that's the message that I want to spread today from all the negativity out there in the world. Don't believe everything you read and see. And take what you know to be true and watch, like, and subscribe on all the things that you do think are wonderful and funny. And if you don't think it's wonderful and funny, don't watch, don't listen, don't subscribe, and don't comment. All right, guys. Peace out, Pamsters.